Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to continue my classic color combination series and talk specifically about the color orange. So I'm going to go over a little bit about what it means and how it makes us feel when we wear it or look at it, and then ultimately some of the colors that I think are the easiest to pair with it. That way, if you're looking to add it to your own wardrobe, this can hopefully give you some inspiration. So let's get started. Let's start off with what the color orange represents and how it makes us feel. So the color orange is a blend of yellow and red, and I think you get the vibrancy and the energy of the yellow and the passion of the red perfectly in equal measure. And then of course, depending on the type of orange you're dealing with, you can have more yellow or more vibrancy or more red or more passion. So you can really use that to find an orange that represents those balances within yourself. Now, when I looked up what the color actually means beyond just how it makes me feel when I look at it, I found that we associate the color apparently with transitions because in nature, orange appears a lot during transitional periods. So spring to summer or autumn to winter. And I think that makes it a very invigorating color, a very exciting color, and something that can feel very fresh and clean, even though it's so eye-catching. And then also, of course, because of how it shows up in nature, I personally feel warm when I look at the color orange. I feel energy, like I mentioned. And then also I feel a calm because anything associated with nature really does make me feel more relaxed. So definitely things to keep in mind if it's a color you want to play around with. And then also I wanted to mention before we get into color combinations that the color orange can be tricky to wear. So if you're like me and you have coloring like me, it can feel really kind of impossible to wear up by your face. So I really love it in accessories. Things like belts, shoes, and bags are so good for that. And then also if you have olive skin like I do and it's green and it leans more or less green depending on the time of the year and how tan or pale you are, orange is actually a really complementary color, and you might find a lot of benefit in kind of orangey based makeup. So when I'm feeling particularly green, I find it really complementary to wear more orangey makeup, things like peachy colors, coral colors, and things that really complement the green within my skin. So something to play around with. Even if you don't want to wear the color, you may be able to add it in your makeup. Now let's talk about some of the easiest colors to pair with orange. And like always, I like to get inspiration from nature. So I think orange goes really beautifully with green and all shades of green. I think for a really rich effect, you can pair it with a beautiful deep green. And then for something softer that really lets the orange be the showcase, I think something like a mossy or olive green looks so beautiful. All of them together, they have similar energy levels for me. And I think that they just balance each other so beautifully and are really sophisticated worn together because you don't see it all that often. But when you do, it feels very comforting and very familiar. Now, probably my favorite color to pair with orange and something that I find myself drawn to every time I see it is orange and gray. And I think that's because the gray feels kind of serious and gray can feel very classic and very traditional, and orange kind of wakens it up a little bit. So you add a little pep in the step of the gray when you mix it with orange. And I think particularly an all gray outfit and then an orange accessory is so beautiful. Really, really classic and really unexpected, but incredibly elegant. Looking to nature again, I think that if we shift the seasons a little bit and go from spring or summer into fall, a color that goes so beautifully with orange is brown, camel, and all of the shades within that. It's a very familiar combination. We see it all the time, and it's something that's very comforting as a result, and so, so beautiful. Especially if you have red hair, I think pairing this with camel or brown in your outfit is exquisite. It looks so great. I am captivated by it every time I see it, and it's forever a timeless combination that I really love. Another color that pops up in nature a lot paired with orange is the color red. We see that all the time, specifically within fire and then within the autumn season, and you get every combination within that. So really rich oranges and really rich reds, some that are cool toned and a little bit more burgundy, and then things that are really, really vibrant and warm, things that literally look like fire. And together they're just so beautiful, but really eye-catching. I think there's something instinctually within us that makes us pay attention when we see them together. So if you're someone that loves to get attention and you love people to notice you, this is definitely one to play around with. And then if we take orange, specifically within the fall, and we go up and we look against the sky, I think orange and blue is really gorgeous together, and I think they balance each other really well. You get the vibrancy of the orange and that kind of passionate feeling, but then you balance it with something really relaxed and calming. And together, they're just very unexpected, but also, again, very familiar. Whenever we look to nature, we end up with color combinations that strike that familiarity within us, and then we can play into the emotion that we want. And specifically, orange and blue together make me feel really great. I think they're so gorgeous. And also, it's something that's really easy because blue can show up within your blue jeans, and it's a really easy color to add into your wardrobe as a result. So blue jeans, maybe an orange belt and a white shirt. So gorgeous. Now, if we take the daytime sky and beautiful shades of blue and darken it a little bit and make it nighttime, I think the color orange looks so gorgeous with midnight blue, a rich navy, and even black. And all together, you can come up with different emotions for each. So personally, black and orange always makes me think of Halloween, so that's definitely something you can lean into if you love it. And then alternatively, if you want to end up with something really rich, but you don't want to go full on Halloween, going for a navy is a really unexpected but really sophisticated way to do that. I think they balance each other beautifully, and navy is one of my favorite colors, as you know, and anytime it's paired with something a little bit more vibrant, I think it really showcases the benefits of it and just makes it look really elegant. I love that together. And then of course, you can totally lighten it up and go orange and white together. Now for me personally, orange and white worn in very big concentrations, so kind of equal measure orange top, white pants, makes me feel a little bit like carrot cake. So it's something that I personally avoid, but I think when done in more imbalanced ratios, it looks really beautiful. So maybe an orange accessory and an all white outfit, or an all orange outfit with a small cream or off-white handbag. It's a combo that we see in nature a lot, in flowers and just beautiful foliage around us. So I think playing into the ratios that we find within nature is a really good way to lean into that one. And last but not least is a color that I don't see paired that often with orange, but every time I do, I find it so beautiful. It definitely says something about the person wearing it, because much like orange and red, orange and purple is very, very eye-catching. It's a huge statement as part of your outfit, and it shows a level of sophistication and confidence that I think is so beautiful. So purple by itself is very regal feeling, and when paired with orange, it comes together in a way that balances out this sophisticated, kind of more serious feeling of the purple and brings in that youthfulness and that energy of the orange in a way that's just so beautiful. So I definitely had to include that. And if you love color, that's definitely one to play around with. So I hope that you liked this and it gave you some combos to consider. Orange is such a hard color, like I said. It can be really tricky and I think a little intimidating. So hopefully if you love the color, this gave you some different combinations to try out. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.